Hi, I'm Chanel, and today I will be discussing face oils that I like to use. This will be the first part of a three-part series. Today I'll be discussing oils, and then I'll be discussing acids that I like to use, and also serums. Today I'm just going to focus on oils. I'm going to tell you about the ones that I like to use that help me glow up my skin as a mature woman. And yeah, just wanting to preserve my skin and my youthfulness for as long as possible without having to do any invasive procedures. So I'm trying to learn how to love the skin that I'm in, and I feel like having a nice skincare routine has really helped me to tap in to loving my skin more because I was starting to feel like it was just not cute. It was getting a bit dull looking and meh. Yeah, my next two videos will be about acids, and then serums. I'll release them weekly, so look out for those. I'm going to be talking about why and how I use all of these things because there is a certain way that you should use them. Everything I recommend, I use myself and I love. I'm not endorsed by anyone yet. So yeah, I'm just recommending to you what I actually use and what works for me. And all the products that I mention will be linked below, so you can go cop that if you want to. And I'll just send the link of where I purchase it from just to make sure that you're getting the real version because some of the things that I use, there are actually fake versions. So hey ho. So yeah, just a disclaimer as well. Not everything that I use is totally natural, but it is non-invasive. The method I use as well is to combat oily skin, porous skin. So this may not fit everybody, especially if you have really dry skin. And lastly, I just want to say love yourself and love your skin. I know it might sound cliche, but I genuinely believe that when you love yourself deeply for exactly where you are and you acknowledge your journey, why certain things are the way they are, we can naturally move into alignment with just being where we want to be at with certain things, making the best of what we have. And that's what I really think it's about. I think it's about modifying yourself to look like anyone else. I'm not personally trying to keep up with 20-year-olds, but I feel a lot better when I take care of my skin and my skin feels healthy and it's glowing and it's not, my pores are not out of control. I have maturing skin. I have quite oily, porous skin, so I try to minimize that. I also have some fine lines. I try to minimize those. I've tried Botox and fillers back in the day. I maybe did it for about a year and a half back in 2018, but I did not like it. And then also learned about like the health things. I looked into the health things before, but there's certain things that they actually hide, like where it goes. They say it just comes out of your body, but it actually just spreads across your face and can get stuck in your lymphatic system and all kinds of things. So I haven't done that since then because I'm more of a natural girly. Not every single thing I do is perfect or natural. I have a bit of 80-20 vibes going on with kind of everything I do. But, I do want to try and be as natural as possible. So just a close up on my face, I want to show you. I have quite porous skin. I don't know if you can see that. Got a little line here that I'm trying to get rid of. I have the odd little I have some forehead lines, especially when I do this, but some of my skin is dry, you can really see that. Right now I'm oiled up. I've used a certain amount of products today because as I said, I don't use all the products that I'm going to recommend on the same day. They kind of have to be used correctly in a certain strategy, we could say, because if you use all of them all the time, it's too much for your skin, it's going to do damage. So we don't want to damage your skin barrier. But this is my skin, 41 years old, trying to be cute. Do you know what I'm saying? So doing my best. And I feel like my skin has improved since I've been doing this. That's why I'm talking about them. And I'm never going to share anything that I don't think works. So I'm very happy with where my skin is kind of at. I've got more things that I want to do to improve certain things, but I'm relatively happy. If my skin stayed like this, I won't cry about it, it'd be all right. But now I can go out, I feel like my skin tone and my pores. I'm not doing the most, and I'm also protecting my skin in a certain way, which I feel like will help to preserve it. I should really do a video as well. Let me know if you want me to do a video about internal skincare as well, because I'm not adding that to this series, but I could. Today I'm focusing on the oils that I use, the oils that I love to use in my routine, that I have found effective, and how I use them, and also why I use them. I've been doing a little bit of acid treatment, so I feel like it's a little bit more like a bit more red than usual, a little bit. But I was like, I'm not gonna wait for my skin to look perfect before I shoot this video. I'm just gonna kind of show you where I'm at. My fine lines, I feel like, are slowly decreasing, and my pigmentation's evening out slightly because been working on got this little. I had a spot here, and it kind of does turn into this. I have a spot here, and it turned into this little indent. Sometimes it just makes me look like I'm. So I've been trying to lighten that up, and once I've lightened that up, even though it's not a big deal, it's a big deal to me. It irritates me. So once that's lightened up, I will stop using certain acids that I'm using. But anyway, let's not get caught up. We're talking about oil. So the first oil that I like to use is called beef tallow. I would class this as an oil. I'm going to put links for everything that I use down below. So it's by Tayyib Tree. It's a tallow and honey whipped balm. It's organic, and it's also got jojoba oil in it. So that's what it looks like. Is it honing in? I'm going to put the link in the description as well, though. Okay. Okay. And I also feel like all the things I use are quite affordable because I go for like good quality, but I'm also not a person that's willing to pay £100 for something on my to put on my face. I'm sorry. I know too many natural things before I would ever do that. So yeah, it's got a floral scent. I actually really like this stuff, but I don't use it every day. It's like a bit, it smells so nice. It smells so nice though. It's kind of got like a, this has got lavender in it, I believe. It's got beeswax, pure essential oils. But yeah, it's like a whipped butter, and it's really cute. It's way too much because it's actually very it's like just. I'm not gonna do this with everything because my hand will be just a greasy mess. But it is really nice. And it just sinks into your skin. Just just melts, baby. I've got really veiny hands, don't worry about it. It's rendered fat from cows, especially it should be hopefully grass-fed, organic. So how it works, it is deeply moisturizing. It mimics the skin's natural oils for intense hydration. Just have to rub that into my elbows. It's rich in vitamins A, D, E, and K. It nourishes, protects, and supports skin renewal. It strengthens the skin barrier, locks in moisture, and protects against damage. It's anti-inflammatory and healing. It soothes irritation and helps with eczema and acne. I know some people think that when people have acne, they can't use oils or certain things, but there are some oils that actually help to release trapped sebum and dirt and bacteria even. It's anti-aging, it supports elasticity and smooths fine lines. It's natural and non-toxic, safe for sensitive skin, babies, and all skin types. How I use it is mostly at night. If my skin is feeling like it needs a bit of a moisture boost, if I'm seeing too many lines on my forehead, I'm definitely going to use some just for extra like moisture, and oils you would usually use last. Any type of oil you'd normally use last in your skincare routine. Hence why I'm making my first video about it. But you would use these after to lock in everything else you've put on your face. So beef tallow or any oil I recommend would always go on last. And this product is safe for all skin types. If I want to give myself a little protection, extra barrier for my skin, I use it. Especially like if I've done like a glycolic acid, which I'll get into when I talk to my next video about acids. I feel like glycolic acid, the one I use anyway, is quite strong, and I like it like that, and I'll go into why in my next video. But it can leave your skin feeling a little bit dry, which is not an issue if you just make sure you rehydrate it afterwards. Next oil I want to talk about is rosehip oil. So it's from the seeds and fruit of wild rose bushes, widely used in skincare for its rejuvenating, brightening, and anti-aging properties. And how it works is that it hydrates and softens the skin. It's lightweight, non-greasy, but provides good moisture. It brightens an even skin tone. It fades dark spots and pigmentation. It boosts collagen. It's rich in vitamins A and C for firmness and elasticity. It reduces scars and marks. It helps to fade acne scars, stretch marks. It soothes inflammation, calms redness, eczema, and skin sensitivity. Anti-aging, it smooths fine lines and improves the skin texture. It protects and repairs. It's got lots of antioxidants which fight free radicals. And it's better to use cold pressed organic version if possible, especially like in a glass jar if we can. How I like to use rosehip oil, this is the one that I use. How I like to use it is day to day. I like to use this day to day because it's quite light and I feel like it's generally got good benefits that I want on my skin day to day. Just so you can see it. Again, I feel like my camera's not really getting it properly, but as I said, it will be linked below. But this is the brand that I like to use, and it sinks into the skin really well. So yeah, I use it day to day when I want extra moisture. It's not as thick as beef tallow, so it's nice as an everyday moisturizer. To be fair, I won't always use oils every day though. It depends on what my skin is doing. I have slightly oily skin, which with the products I use, it has started to get it under control. My skin will shine, but I don't feel like it looks the same way it used to. I feel like it used to be very T-zone heavy, which just used to get on my nerves the way it used to make my face shine in really awkward, sweaty looking way. So now I feel like it's just more of an even all over. I feel like I've got a bit more of an even glow, if that makes sense. I don't feel like I've got to wipe my face all the time, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I still get a bit like I want to blot, you know, especially if I put a lot of stuff on, but I generally feel like it's a nice coverage. It's just like it sits on my face different, the oils, as opposed to when my oils were just a bit out of control and I wasn't really doing anything to fully control that. I feel like I'm kind of adjusting my skin to get used to not living in the oiliness state, if that makes sense. So tighten up my pores, doing face masks, all that kind of stuff. I will make another video later about face masks that I use. Maybe this needs to be 5-part series, right? Let me know. But yeah, for now it's 3. Sometimes I like to mix it with my beef tallow or other things. It just depends on what I'm going for. And that's why it's good to know the benefits of like how these things work. That's why I'm reading out some, I've got slides. It's good to know how they work so you can decide, because my skincare routine is very tailored to what I look at my skin and think, what is that needs improving, or that could be a bit better. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking to just be my best, you know, feel my best, feel confident. I feel like when my skin is good, is doing good, I feel more confident. So next we're going to talk about castor oil. So I have a really big one from the Soapery because it's organic and I think it's a really good price as well. And I also like to make my own skin oils, which I just thought I'd bring my little glass bottle so you can see my skin oil that I make for myself. So I will use castor oil on my face. I'm going to tell you how I do that. But I also use it on my body, but I mix it with other things like olive oil, essential oils, coconut oil, and some vegetable glycerine for extra hydration. That stuff is lit. I don't actually talk about that in this video because I don't put that on my face all the time. But yes, so castor oil has a really thick consistency. It absorbs really, really well though. It doesn't stay tacky on the skin, even though at first it feels like that. It's also one of the oils that penetrate deepest into your skin. So girls that have dry skin, that would be really good because it also treats a lot of things. Like it gets really deep. Like people will use that stuff to put on packs, to put like castor oil packs on their stomach, and it helps them to go to the toilet and they release toxins. And castor oil can help you to dissolve cysts and all kinds of great stuff. I also use castor oil as a deodorant. I wasn't going to mention all this, but I might as well. I also use castor oil as a deodorant. So you understand the applications, right? I use it as a deodorant as well. And I just put a few drops of tea tree in like a 50p size of castor oil. I put like 50p size, a couple drops of tea tree, rub it on my armpits, and I'm legit. Yes, castor oil is deeply nourishing. It has antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory and humectant properties, which is the same as vegetable glycerine and a few other bits that I'm going to mention throughout these videos. And humectants tend to help you with retaining actual hydration. Hydration is water, moisture is oils and butters and oil-based things. For something that's so oily, it's dope that it has that property. It has a humectant naturally in there. Yeah, so it's especially known for its hydration, healing, and skin barrier repairing properties. How it works is that it offers deep hydration, it softens and seals in moisture. It's anti-inflammatory, so it soothes redness, puffiness, and irritation. It fights acne and bacteria. Its antimicrobial properties cleanse and protect the skin, so you can use it. You can use it as a cleanser. I find it a bit thick to use as a cleanser by itself. I think mixed with coconut oil, it would make a good cleanser. Don't feel like you should really keep coconut oil on your face, especially if you had acne for too long. It's better to use it as a remover, help you remove makeup. But I also find that coconut oil by itself does a good job. So it has antimicrobial properties, which help to cleanse and protect your skin. It promotes healing, speeds recovery of cuts, scars, and dry patches. It boosts collagen. It improves firmness and reduces lines. It improves circulation. So it helps reduce puffiness and supports detox. Try to choose a cold pressed organic castor oil. If you buy a big one like that, you're obviously not going to get it in a glass bottle. So if you can get it in a glass bottle, it's always better. If you keep it in a plastic bottle, definitely keep it out of hot rooms, warm rooms, out of direct sunlight, all that kind of jazz, because plastics leaking, BPA's, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole different saga. So how I tend to use castor oil, I tend to mostly use it at night. I'll link it in the bio as well, the one I use. I use it especially if I feel like my lines, my forehead lines or certain lines are lining too much. So yeah, if they're becoming too pronounced, I will definitely use it at night, usually because it's quite thick. As I said, I mix it with vegetable glycerine, sometimes rosehip oil when I want to add some extra hydration too. And then sometimes I'll use it during the day as an extra skin barrier, the same way I could with beef tallow. I suppose it's just another option. I do feel like they have slightly different properties though, but they are both really, really good to just throw in your face as like an extra skin barrier. I feel like it would maybe be preference wise. And then we're going to talk about frankincense resin. Frankincense resin. So not frankincense essential oil. No, we don't really want to be putting that on our face. It's frankincense resin. It's derived from the boswellia tree and has been used for centuries in skincare, healing, and spiritual rituals. In the Bible, they mention frankincense. That's what the three wise men brought to baby Jesus. We want it to be frankincense resin specifically. It offers powerful skin regenerating, anti-aging, and healing properties. And it really just tightens the skin in a nice way. If you want to use like a natural retinoid, which is vitamin A, concentrated vitamin A, which it's, semi-synthetic, right? If you didn't want to use that, you could use this as a substitute, but it's obviously not going to be as intense as using a retinol. But I think this is the brand that I use. I feel like you can't see that, can you? You can't. It's just not. It's not. It's not focusing. But yeah. Anyway, link will be in the bio. Yeah, link will be in the bio, description, whatever. But yeah, so frankincense infused face oil. I believe this one is infused with olive oil. I don't have the box anymore, but I believe. Oh, and black seed, castor, jojoba. I can never say that, jojoba oil. But yeah, this is good for tightening, firms and tones the skin. It reduces fine lines and wrinkles. It boosts regeneration, supports cell turnover and collagen production. And, you know, we all like a bit of collagen production. It fades scars and spots. It helps to lighten hyperpigmentation and blemishes. It soothes inflammation. It calms acne, eczema, and redness. Mine has calmed down a little bit as well. It's also something else I use for my redness, but that will be in the acids video. So yeah, it heals and repairs. It's very good at accelerating the healing of wounds and damaged skin. It cleanses and refines the pores, which is what you know I need. It's got like astringent properties in it, which like alcohol, which sucks moisture out of the skin. So if it's not alcohol, it's way better for your skin than alcohol. We don't want to use alcohol on our skin. And also, like an added bonus, it uplifts your mood because that's just the nature of the fragrance of frankincense. Is very healing. It's been a powerful healing tool for centuries, thousands of years probably. So I like to use it when my skin is maybe producing excess oil, if it's a bit more oily than usual. I definitely always wear this as like one of the base layers under my makeup because yet again, when you have oily skin, you'll find the oil tends to sometimes build up under the makeup. I don't know if you guys ever get that, but I do sometimes. So since I've got my skin under control more though, and I'm doing my routine, that does not happen to me now. I'm not blotting my face all night. And it's just something I used to struggle with all the time. I used to hate it. All in my 20s, I'd be out. I'm just dabbing my face with a bit of tissue every now and then, especially around here, around here, around here. I'm getting a bit oily now, but yeah, again, it's kind of all over rather than it just being focused. It would really just be like here and here and here, and it just looked odd. I hated it. Yeah, so I feel like it would just help to hold my makeup in place when I put it under my makeup. There's certain oils and things. I'm not really going to use oils so much when I'm doing my makeup, but that oil is good for oily skin. It's gonna have the opposite effect of making your skin oily. So I won't put really oils under my makeup. That is the only oil I'd put under my makeup. I'd usually use things like niacinamide and other bits, serums, as opposed to oil-based products under my makeup. Yeah, you know, if I want to tighten up my skin a bit more, I want to try and just reduce the look of fine lines. I mix it with some castor oil at night as well because the castor oil is just going to penetrate deep into the skin and the frankincense is going to do what it does and do all that tightening and pore shrinking stuff, right? I also use it if I've done anything a bit abrasive on my face, like glycolic acid, but I would probably mostly use my beef tallow as opposed to castor oil and frankincense, just because I feel like the beef tallow is just more. I don't know, I feel like it's just more moisturizing in the way that I want it to be after that kind of treatment. I can't really explain it. So the next oil I want to talk about is Paracress. Paracress flower oil. It's not anything I'd ever heard of before. I've only been using it for like a few months, but it is quite nice. I haven't used it today, but I would actually more use the next one I'm going to talk about when I am maybe going to wear makeup or something. It's the one that I use. I'm I'm just not I'm not impressed. I'm trying I'm going to put the links in the description. So this is the Paracress oil. This one can actually also be used under makeup because it's not mad oily. So I use this one under makeup because it has like they say like a Botox effect. I'm not sure if it's not as strong as Botox, but it helps to relax the muscles, and it has skin firming properties. So because it's often called nature's Botox, because of its ability to reduce muscle tension, which can help to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles. I should probably really use this more often than what I do. So I might try to actually just use it a bit more, especially because I like to frown a lot. I don't know, when I'm concentrating, I just naturally frown. What does that say about me? Does that mean I'm a stress head? I don't know. That's when I use that oil typically, but I might start trying to use it a bit more often just to see if it has maybe like an effect longer term, which it probably does. It probably just helps to relax the muscles day to day, and then over time, maybe not frowning as much or whatever. So it smooths out wrinkles, it relaxes facial tension, Botox-like effect, they say. It lifts and firms, improves skin tone and elasticity, boosts collagen, supports firmer, denser skin. It reduces fine lines, targets expression lines naturally. It hydrates and plumps. It helps to maintain the moisture and the softness in the skin. It soothes inflammation and calms stressed, irritated skin. If you've been doing too much for your face or you've damaged your skin barrier, maybe. Yeah, as I said, I only really wear this when I'm wearing makeup. I've only been using it for a short period of time, maybe about 2 months, and not every day all the time. But I'm actually gonna try it out a bit more and see if I see any difference in my expression lines. So yeah, everything that I've mentioned, the links will be in the description box. Let me know if you have any questions. Next week, I will upload my acids video where I go into all the acids I use, why I use them. I actually find them better than exfoliants and more gentle on the skin. I think sometimes when people hear acids, they get a bit like, oh, acids. It's not a chemical pill. I don't use chemical pills. So they're not abrasive like that. But I'll get into it next video. If you use any of these as well, let me know. Let me know how you find them, if they worked for you, or if you struggle to understand how to use them, you don't feel like you're using them effectively. If you try any, please let me know. I would love to know. I'd love to find out how it went for you, what results you got. And if you do leave any questions, I will literally answer any questions, even if it's not fully related to these exact skincare products. If I know anything, I will let you know. Also, I feel like good skin starts from the inside out, really. I'm due a detox myself, to be fair, but detoxing is a way to genuinely reboot your skin and your health. It just happens hand in hand. So if you've been feeling a bit sluggish, you feel a bit low in energy, you feel like your skin is a bit dull, definitely try a detox because it will really glow your skin up too. So that's a part of how we can improve our skin from the inside out. There's also other things you can take, supplements and that kind of thing as well. If you want me to make a video about anything specific, please let me know. If you're interested in having a detox and glowing from the inside out, purifying your temple, your body, your vessel, I'm going to put a link as well in the description for that video. But also, if you don't want to watch the video, there's a free guide on how I'll link the free guide to detox, because I feel like me talking about skin, I wouldn't feel right talking about skin if I just didn't mention detox. So that will be linked below as well, my free detox guide, and I'll also link the video if you want to watch the video. Anyway, that is that for today. I will see you in my part 2, acids, and then my part 3 will be serums. So I look forward to seeing you then. Take care.